Good morning and welcome to the Gray Barn of Andover, New Jersey. This morning I remembered to turn my phone landscape and not portrait like I did on last week's video. This morning we're going to go to the bookcases in the back, which is our multi-vendor, one of our many multi-vendor locations. Bookcases next to each other usually is a bunch of different vendors, and many of them have more spaces than just back here. They just need more space. Keep telling my husband, Don, we need a bigger shop, we need to move, but so far he said no. So that's not happening, so this is where we are. I'm just going to take a couple steps up so you can see we have the four here. Jeez. And in this spot we have three different vendors. We have two of our vendors back here. And then on this wall, I'm going to just come around so you can see, I have three vendors for those 5 bookcases. So let's start with our one vendor that we haven't seen in a bit. It's been about 3 weeks, so as you can see, his shelving is quite sparse. Everybody back here is 20% off items not marked firm. We do have one 25% off vendor, and I will indicate that when we get to her space. If you see anything in this video or our past videos that you need more information on, please do not hesitate to reach out and inquire. Preferred form of communication is Instagram or Facebook Messenger, as that is the easiest way for me to send you more pictures. Otherwise, it's email, and all that information is right down below in our bio. So a nice rose glass for $6.40, Spuds McKinsey Christmas mug. Ooh, what a cute gift that would be. How much are you, Spudsy? He's only $4. I saw this yesterday. It's very cute. It looks like it's been used, gently used. So it does have, might clean up a little bit more, but I just thought it was a cute little enamel pot. And it's just $4.80. So again, this is Thrifty Rick that we are visiting with. And he tends to get the most toys in the shop. Although, like I said, he hasn't been in a few weeks, so his space is a little sparse. Ooh, nice foldable ruler for just $4.80. That is a very good deal, as many of you may know. This one is an Eagle ruler. Some tins, bells, apple fritters jar, because everybody needs a jar for their apple fritters. This is a replica, and that's just $4.80, so you can see that's not a real tab. It's just kind of drawn on there. As is the Johnson's baby powder, just $4. So he's got a lot of great tins, great bottles. I like this water bottle. It's got the little embossing of the dripping water bottle with the plastic top there, and that is just $4.80. The bell handle. We have some Vivian Leigh paper dolls for $4. I see some yellowing on those pages, so the condition's not 100%. Look at the markdown on that jar. So that's just $4.80 for that jar with the buttons in it. And we have the Cardinal. I think that's Lennox. It is. I did see a chip on the enamel on this up here. Yeah. So not pristine. $14.40 on that. So his next door neighbor is Relove with Heart, who actually also has a booth and a shelf in our bookcases up front. So, and again, she is 20% off. And the 20% off applies to the red prices. They're marked down prices. If it doesn't say the word firm, you're taking that 20% off the 16, so that becomes $12.80. 20 becomes $16. All right, so again, taking 20% off. Now, we had a Facebook Live last night, which was a great one. We sold out of everything. A cute little tray for $9.60. We don't have a Facebook Live next Wednesday, as we have our weekend fall vintage market coming. We do 6 events a year. That'll be our 6th special weekend event. That does not include the Black Friday sales weekend, where I get many of the vendors to do the additional sales as well. So we'll have some nice special sales weekends on that, on our Black Friday, and then Saturday, Small Business Saturday of that weekend at the end of the month. But prior to that, the 8th and the 9th, and participating with us with the November event we do with our neighbors at the Scranbury Coop. And all of our events, our neighbor next door, the Andover Village, where she has all the beautiful statuary, the bird baths, and she has 2 buildings in the back that have some nice primitives and other antiques. She also does a big sale. She starts hers Friday. We start Saturday and Sunday. So it should be a nice big event. And that is the weekend of the 8th and 9th. So no Facebook Live that particular Wednesday. And I am going to do a Facebook Live before Thanksgiving, because we don't go anywhere. So in December, we are going to be closed Christmas Eve this year, since Christmas Day falls on a Thursday. So Decided to give myself a little 3-day holiday there, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Something we have not done in a while. And this one here is new to you. This is Beth. She's got vendor code Beth. She has this bookcase, another one that we're going to visit here. And then up in the annex, she has a bookcase, and she also has a shelf in the locked cases. And then here we have some exciting news for Pear Tree Home. November will be her last month in this bookcase. She is getting a booth starting December 1st, and she'll be bringing her beautiful style, her French provincial, and all those beautiful, her styles since she's been a child. It's her favorite way to decorate. So a lot of that, a lot of the Majelica type stuff. It's going to be a beautiful booth. So that will be December 1st. And of course, we will feature that booth when she's moved and it has opened. So currently, again, 20% off. Some really great deals here. Sugar and creamer for just $6.40. That's a nice, pretty little set. $4.80 on those nice big salt and peppers there. I featured this guy yesterday in a post. I was very surprised he didn't go. I don't think people could, in the picture, get the size of him. He is a nice big planter. He does have a couple little chips, nothing major. And he's got some great crazing to him. He's just $14.40. We have this nice little 4-drawer piece here, $33, and then 20% off of that. So that would be $26.40. Tickle in my throat. My coffee, again, I don't I don't always check to make sure it's steaming hot when I make it over at the Quick Check, but they have a couple of the coffee crafts that are not always heated properly, and unfortunately I got one that's just $3.20 on that plate. I got one that was not hot. I found out when I got here. Usually I've been better about checking for steam because of that problem, but they got me again today, so my coffee is not really hot, and I like hot coffee in the morning. Okay, $20 on the Let It Snow wreath. Nice wood Christmas tree. I'm not sure about shippability on these things. The tree we could, because you can put that sideways in a box, but this wreath would get smushed in a box. That would keep the price down. And this is Country Roads. And again, everybody we visited with so far is 20% off. Items not marked firm, which we really try to discourage, keeping the firm off of things that are over $10. So this is a pretty set. Look at this. Designed in England, made in China, $12 on that set. And my mom had these. She had all the different sizes of this one. $8 on that. That is flash glass, so that can come off, that coloring. So we'll always let you know if something's flash glass or if it's in the glass, because that makes a difference. And then this is our Cavalier Collectibles. She has 2.5 bookcases back here, and then she has a bookcase in the annex, and then she has a shelf in one of the locked cases over in our gallery area. And again, 20% off. This cute little bean pot as is. A small chip on edge of lid. That is $9.60. This is the first book of airplanes here. Count your blessings for $9.60. A nice enamelware speckle pan for $11.20. And then pot for $12. I was going to put this basket up last night. I couldn't get these things to sit in. It is a cute little basket. It's $16. You might have better luck than I do if you need it to be closed. I know a lot of people like these open and they put linens and stuff in it. So a nice little basket. Don can ship that one. I do recommend, if you are going to get that shipped, find some smalls, a couple little smalls that we can put in there for you too. Yeah, if you're going to have something shipped, make sure you get a lot of stuff shipped into one little box. Make it worth your while. The shipping cost is what gets you. Our prices in our shop are fantastic. I just wish we could do something about the post office. $8 on those folding rulers. Peter Rabbit, is this plastic? Yeah, Peter Rabbit plastic plate for $5.60. Flat grater back there for $5.60 as well. Danny K, Amazing Man, $8. He did for our children what he, setting up those foundations. Daughter was lovely too. All right. Here we have Lazy Q Ranch is our 125% off vendor over here. As you can see, she's another one who's pulled a Houdini on me. $8 and a 25% off $5. Haven't seen her in a little bit of time, and hence the sparseness in her booth as well. So hopefully she'll be coming through today or tomorrow. She usually comes in on Friday. Tomorrow's Halloween. All right, so $28 on the longer Burker gravy. These are kind of cute. They're little, there's a set of 4. They're little burlap utensil holders. So they're $13 and then 25% off. These are $9 each. We usually have them from other vendors for a little bit less, so that's why I've not been highlighting them. And here we have the second of vendor code Beth New to You booth in the back area of the shop. She's got new sealed Monopoly games for your Mets fan. Here's one for $20, and this one is the Boy Scouts of America for $24. Those are both sealed, new and packaged sealed. So what a great gift right there if you have a Mets fan in the family. $9.60. This is a nice little Violet's coffee cup. Yeah, a little bit of Halloween still in here. 4-inch star holds 5 ounces bowl or stand up for $5.60. Oh, I see. Okay, so you can leave it like this. You can put it like this. Looks like it'll hold a little tea light candle in there. These are $5.60 each. There's 2 of those available. And again, it is 20% off the red price. So 15 becomes 12, 8 becomes $6.40. $19.90. Happy birthday, Bugs Bunny glass. $5.60. Here's a tiny little cutting board for $4. And that is the hot pad cutting. Yeah, it's a little cutting board or a little trivet. It's a cute little size. You have a little thing of cheese and you don't want to break out a large one. And glass is nice because it's, it's better than the wood in how it cleans up. You know, with your cutting boards, your wood has to be dedicated to either, if it's being used for meats and that, you really should not use it for anything else. You don't want cross-contamination, especially if you're cutting raw chicken on it, no matter how much you clean it and everything, because wood is porous, it still gets in there. I had to take... Back in the day when I worked at a golf course, I actually had to take a food handler's course. So I had to go through the Board of Health, and I learned all about a lot of things, which for a while I could not eat out in a restaurant because of all the things that I learned and knew. You start to notice a lot of things that you really wouldn't notice. So I kind of I eventually just said, if I don't know, I'm not going to watch what they do. You're better off that way. So, and then this is just a continuation of those booths in the back here. This is the rest of this hallway, and this is also a 20% off vendor. A lot of little smalls here. I think they are all out of, there were a lot of spice tins here. They're all gone. I think the only thing left is this Calumet baking powder tin for $6.40. All these empty spaces. This vendor had a lot of little McCormick and Ideal and other brands, all the vintage spice tins, all gone. A lot of them too. And for our local folks, if you're looking for a complete fireplace set, it doesn't have the inside grate, but it does have the tools, the andirons, and the screen. I know the screen is hard to find. All of those pieces for $60. It's the brass, and it looks exactly like the ones my parents had, and the screen does work. So that's the only fireplace screen we have in here right now. So this is kind of cute. What's the price on this? It's free. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is just a wood sconce with a copper back to give it some reflection. That's $11.20. So, all right. So again, we visited with our bookcases in the back of the shop here at the Gray Barn. We do pretty much everything that you see back here, the smalls. We absolutely do ship. We use Pirate Ship. You'll get an invoice from us on PayPal. And in the notes, I will tell you exactly the size of your box, the weight, what the USPS is charging, or UPS if it's a larger box, and what the Gray Barn is charging. So you can go over and check out and see. We might mark up the shipping or whatever we're getting charged by $1 or so, just to cover some of the expenses of the bubble wrap, the peanut, my husband's time. It can take him 20 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on how much stuff goes into a box to package it. So, and we do use fresh, clean packing materials, and the packing peanuts are biodegradable. So you can either wash them down your sink with hot water or use them in your garden. I know some people love them for their roses especially. So, all right, without further ado, we're going to wrap this up. I hope you have a fantastic day. We are in for a rainy day, which is better today than tomorrow. This way the kids don't have rain on Halloween. I expect maybe we'll get a couple of kids at our house this year. We usually don't get that many, if any at all. So, but we're prepared. We have the candy, and we will be home in time to hand it out if they do show up. So, happy Halloween, and I hope to get a video out to you again tomorrow morning, if not by next week. And we will see you soon.